Hello, welcome back. So I literally fell asleep, got everything forming. Uh,
Hello,
I
once
did some
again, all
stuff,
my fellow
but
Fix-It employees. Welcome back to
apart from
another
that,
episode of
I
How
did
to
buy another
Satisfactory,
hand with
my
this deal.
walkthrough guide
So
to the game.
I'm
And I want to start this
on
episode
Roku
by
again.
saying I am sorry. I am sorry because the last video that I
Yeah,
put out,
but
episode 10, was not up to snuff. It was not up to my standards, and that is completely my fault because I sort of rushed it, and mistakes were made. Mistakes which I am hearing from some of you. I should have produced maybe the scanner first before we went out slug hunting. That way I could have showed you how to use the slug scanner, and it would have been easier to find the slugs. That would have been probably better. Although it probably did work out that you guys were probably able to find it without it. Some of you probably already had the slug scanner and all that. But yeah, I still think maybe I should have done that first. Also, I'm hearing from a couple of people that some of the instructions that I gave in the last one were a little hard to follow, and I didn't finish a couple of things. So, again, I apologize for that, but I hope to try to fix that in this episode and get back on par, of course, shall we say. So, one of the issues that I want to kind of resolve first, that is from the last episode, is our machines down here on the end that we made to produce our modular frames. I didn't exactly
bro,
finish
we
this
didn't
because I
ever
didn't show
finish
you
them on
how
your
to put
frames.
these into the rest of the line. I should have done that. I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I think it was just I was trying to rush things and just didn't get down to it. But we are totally going to do that today. We are going to start by going ahead and grabbing one of our regular mergers here. And we're going to put that right in here. And I'm going to actually have this one kind of going out something like, I think this. Yeah. So we're just going to put it right in front of here. So grab a regular merger, put it in line with our others so that the output is heading towards us. And we're going to put it right there on the end. We're going to do the same thing on the other side here. So right there. Okay. And then we have these here right here. So we're going to take these out. All right, and our conveyor holes as well. We don't need those, so grab those, take those out. And same thing on the other side. Come over here, and we're going to take these out, along with the floor holes and everything else there. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab a conveyor belt, and we're going to push this through here to that. Same thing on this side. Just push that into that, and connect our machines up so that we have all of that now coming in this way. All right, now that we have that, we are now going to grab a conveyor
What
hole,
the?
and we're going to put that conveyor hole, there we go. I'm going to put it like right in front of our merger right here, like that, and the same thing on the other side. And then go ahead and grab a conveyor lift and attach it to the conveyor hole, and then turn it. Now, it's very important you do the conveyor hole first on this one, not this, because if you try to connect to that, you see how it's just off. It doesn't work. So attach the conveyor lift first, and then make sure you change your direction so it's an input. All right, and then there we go. And then once you turn it, you should hear it click into place, and that is now going into that. I'll show you again here on this side. So we're going to just combine it. We're going to set it off of the hole first, and then click once, and then turn it. And as you're turning, as it turns into the splitter, you'll hear a ding, like that. And then connect. All right, and that means it's connected. All right, now we're going to go underneath of us here, down here where our smelters are. Now the problem with this is that those holes right there are going to be right above where our smelters are. So we're just going to fix this real quick by removing these two smelters in the inside here. And go ahead and remove these belts right here too. And this is just going to be a quick, real easy fix right here. Remove the belts on the back. Grab the two smelters, put them back where we had them, right here. Turn them around. So make sure they're still in the line that you want, right? But instead of being in line with the others, we're just going to move those back by 2, like that. Same thing on this side, so get them in line. And then right there, and then move them back by 2. So these two should be in sync with each other there. All right, and then just connect our belts here, like that. And then connect our belts back up here, like so. Alright, and then make sure you don't forget to tell these things to make iron ingots, because then that will go up. The other thing you got to remember is they also have to connect to power, so let's go ahead and do that. And connect back to that. There we go. Alright, so now that's back producing. We now have our hose right here, and what we're going to do is essentially the same thing. So let's grab a conveyor lift right here. We're going to attach it to the floor hole in the ceiling, bring it down, and we want to make sure that it is matching about where we need right there. So oops, see, that's too high. I did that on mistake. Alright, try that one more time. I know I said I wouldn't jump when I'm trying to do things, but I'm actually just looking to see if I can get it just right. I think that is good. Yeah, that does look good. Alright, bring that one down too. And bring it down to about where the other one is there. There we go. And then connect these together. And if you did everything right, then now we should have that coming down through here. Yeah, I think we've got it. Alright, so let's head back upstairs now. Alright, so now we are standing here on a second floor, or as I like to call it, the main hub floor. We can see that we've got smart plates coming down the line. There are
Stupid game.
is essentially the same thing. So let's grab a conveyor lift right here. We're going to attach it to the... See, that's too high. Get it just right. I think that is good. Yeah, that does look good. Alright, bring that one down too. And bring it down to about where the other one is there. There we go. And then connect these together. And if you did everything right, then now we should have that coming down through here. Yeah, I think we've got it. Alright, so let's head back upstairs now. Alright, so now we are standing here on a second floor, or as I like to call it, the main hub floor. We can see that we've got smart plates coming down the line. There are modular frames that are coming down the line. And eventually there may even be some reinforced iron plates coming down through here, as well as rotors. But currently we have up here our smart splitters are taking all of
He doesn't
those
know yet,
reinforced
but we're
plates and
gonna
the
need to
rotors
do
and putting
this.
them into machines to be made into other things right now at the moment. But once those get full, it will send overflow down the line as well. I'm just not sure how quick that's going to happen, or if it does happen at all. It may just be
And
taking
you
every
understand,
single
I
piece
actually
we
already set everything up. I
have
watched the
to
video before
fill up
making
the
this
machines that need them.
video.
But I think eventually we should see some rotors and stuff coming down through here as well. Which leads me into one of the next things that I sort of rushed in the last video. I miscounted how many power slugs we would need to find in order to make power shards so we could finish up both sides. That was completely my fault, and I basically just said just kind of go out and find them on your own. I also, like I said in the beginning of the video, didn't really talk much about the scanner and how that is used or anything like that, and I felt I did a disservice by not going over that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go in here to our equipment workshop. We should see the object scanner here. Now for the object scanner, we are going to need 4 reinforced plates and 3 beacons. Alright, so let's grab some reinforced plates from up here in our storage, and then we'll make a couple of beacons here. Alright, so I picked up some reinforced plates from storage, and we're going to go in here to the equipment workshop, and we're going to go down here where it says beacons. We're going to craft
Beacons.
about, you
Beacon.
know what, just craft 10 of them. Now, eventually, when Update 6 comes out, we won't need beacons anymore. They're going to be
Beacons.
completely unused. I think they're redoing some of the recipes, and we won't need these for those recipes like this anymore. But for the time being, they are needed as we're playing right now. So keep in mind that if you're watching this video after Update 6 comes out, the recipe calls for beacons. It
What
doesn't
does the
actually
awesome
need them.
sync look
So
like
now let's head
that?
up here to Object Scanner. We only need one of these, so let's just make one real quick.
It should
Alright,
look like
there we go.
this.
And what we're going to do is equip
It
this
is
into our
literally
inventory
like
here real quick. I'll
this.
just replace the rebar gun with it there. Alright. Alright, once you have your scanner in hand, you will see it possibly could even be beeping right now at the moment and showing you kind of a direction. But if you look on the screen of the scanner, you will say berry, and that's basically what it's scanning for. And then down on the left-hand side, right above your health bar, you will also see object scanner,
I'm gonna
and
make
again,
more ammo
what it's
for my
actually
gun.
scanning for. But if you hit your right mouse button, there we go, it will change to different things, such as power slugs, mushrooms, nuts, back to berry, back to power slugs. Now currently where we are standing here on my platform, it will say there are no power slugs in range. Now if we keep this
No,
up,
I'm actually
as
just
we
gonna
get
skip the
closer
video
to
over
power
to this
slugs,
because
they will start showing up. The
everything he
direction
did
will
I
get
already did before.
now
For
again, we're
the
going to
power slug
contend with some
scanning,
of the local wildlife.
there's a couple more power
Most of the
slugs,
issues that
like
I had with the
3
last
or 4 that I
video.
got.
I know
So,
it's not perfect. You know, I
so
probably
I
should
just
have just went
scooped.
back and redid episode 10 completely from beginning, and just kind of maybe took that one down and re-uploaded a new episode 10. But at this point, I thought, you know,
Oh,
so
my
many
gun
people have
is
already
broken.
watched it. I don't think too many people would watch it
My
again,
gun is...
and basically it's too late at this point to go back and fix that episode. So instead, I was just kind of hoping that maybe fixing this in the beginning of this episode and kind of taking care of some problems and discussing a few things that I missed in the last episode should hopefully at least do the trick. But with that being said, it is now time to get to the meat and potatoes of this episode, and that being steel. That's right, you guys have been waiting for steel ever since we got coal done, which has been like one episode. But we are going to get into the steel production in this episode. And I'm going to talk about trucks and stuff in this episode too. So you're getting 2 birds, 1 stone by this episode alone. Alright, so here is how I plan on doing this in my little factory right here. Now again, you guys can do this however you want. The principles and basics are still the same, but I'm going to go ahead and take a foundation, and I'm going to put it right here on our left hand side, right there, right in front of where the ramp up here starts to go. So you should have like a ramp come up, and then you should have flat. Alright, and then I'm going to grab a ramp section here, and I'm going to use the E key to turn that down to a 2 meter. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to go up to this, and I'm just going to push this over to about 5 spaces right there. All right, and then we're just going to, well, I'm going to need some more concrete, and you probably will as well. Now, we still have our concrete being made down here, which at this point is probably still fine. We probably still are making plenty, even though it's still on an impure node. But let's grab about, oh, 2 things of concrete. And we're probably going to need some regular plates as well, regular iron plates. So you should have those in storage up here somewhere. Here's mine. So I'm going to grab like 2 stacks of those as well. Head back down here. All right. And then we're going to finish this up. So we are going to take this and we're going to just kind of stretch it out as far as that will go down through there. And we're going to do this with each of these sections here. Alright, so once you finish this platform, it should be exactly the same length and everything as the platform that we have over there. So we have it 5 by 11 should be the dimensions here. And if you kind of look across, you should see it should just kind of match right there. Alright, so now our 2 iron nodes are now ready to be set up with a couple of miners on these. And I'm going to just do one more thing here before we do that. I'm just going to take one of the foundations here from the middle, and I'm just going to kind of stretch it across through here to, it doesn't really matter how far you go, just as far as it'll go if you want. Alright, and that is so that we can line up our iron mines and stuff, so we have the belts and stuff kind of going down through here. This is essentially just for lining up belts. This is how I do it. You don't have to. You can run spaghetti lines if you want, but I like to have everything kind of nice and straight, so I'm going to use these foundations so that I can get that effect. Alright, so let's head back over to the hub over here, because we're going to grab some portable miners, and that way we can make a couple of miners over here. And while we are over here at the hub, let's go ahead and go in here to our Fix-It hub here. And we're going to go to tier 3, and you should have vehicular transport right here. Now, this is going to give us some more inventory slots, which is always awesome to have. And then we are going to have the tractor and the truck station. So let's go ahead and select this as our milestone. And if anything that you have that you can put in there, let's go ahead and hold down control and just pop those in there. So some cables, some rods, some of those new modular frames we're making. Anything you don't have, you should have in storage now. So let's go grab the rest of this stuff out of storage. Now, when I'm grabbing stuff out of storage for things I need, I always like to grab at least 2 stacks. In this case, with the iron rods, we need like 400 of them, which is 2 stacks on its own. And I'm kind of out of space here, but I do have some flowers I don't need, so I'll get rid of those. Alright, that's 400 and some. Is there anything else I can get rid of? You know what? I got this wood right here. I'll get rid of that so I can grab a 3rd stack. So 3 stacks of that. And of course, you're going to need some cable, and just grab what you need there. And it's also probably a good idea to go ahead and grab some reinforced plates to make sure you have plenty in your inventory for that, because we are going to be making some belts.
I got 169.
And Mark II belts need reinforced armor plates. Alright, once you grab everything you need, head back down here. Go ahead and plop these all into our inventory here. And boom, the red button, and we're going to get the vehicles. Alright, so not only have we now expanded our inventory with a couple more slots, but now we have opened up in our build menu an entire new section called Transportation, where we will now find the truck station and the tractor. So let's go ahead and make a list of everything we're going to need so that we can make a to-do list. So let's do the tractor. We're going to need at least 1 tractor. We're going to need 2 truck stations. So double click on that. Let's see, we're going to need 3 miners, so we go up in production. Now you're probably thinking 3, yes, because we got to have coal to produce the steel. So we're going to grab 3 miners. We're going to need 1 for each of our iron nodes over there, and then 1 for the coal. So 3 of those, and let's see, at least, and I started to say grab some smelters, but then I kind of forgot. No, we are going to be producing steel, and steel needs the foundries. Now we are going to need 2 foundries at the very least. So let's go ahead and grab 2 of those and put them on our to-do list over here. Last but not least, we are going to be needing 6 constructors. So let's add about 6 of those to our list. And here I'm just going to type in 6 on that one and hit enter.
I already made the whole list. I should have everything.
Which gives us the list on the side hand over here on the right hand side of everything we are going to need. So make sure you have all those materials there. And if the list is just a little too long, like it is in this case, just bring up your like build menu or something like that, and you should now be able to just move your mouse over to it and scroll down to make sure you have everything you need. In this case, I'm only missing some modular frames, but those should be going into one of our storage boxes now. I'll just grab a stack of 50 of those. Let's see. Yeah, that makes, we need 55 of them. I now have 91. We got the beacons we need. It looks like I've got everything I need on my list. So, now, let's head down here to the end of our platform down here. Alright, so we're going to come down here to the end of the platform that we made down here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build our foundries. Now, I want to try to get these kind of centered up. Something about like this, I think, will work. So, just kind of make sure, don't put it here in the middle. Instead, just kind of maybe move it over two, maybe one spot. Yeah, one spot I think should do. This way doesn't matter as much because this is fine. As long as you have at least one space from the back, like one square here. So we're going to put that maybe, let me see if this works here. If I put that there, and then do I have room to put one here as well? Yeah, I think that lines up pretty good. And then that leaves me for later on, if I want, I can add another two onto the edge down here. So I can put one here and one down there on the other side. If we wanted to, but we're not going to do that right now. We only need the two right now at the moment. Alright, after putting our foundries in, we're going to come down here to the end of this little platform and put down here. We're going to go into our production menu, grab a miner, and we're going to just kind of line it up with the platform there so that's facing that straight. And put one on the other one down here too. There we go.
So I'm gonna skip when we're done with all of this factory work because it's gonna be really boring.
Then we're
Okay,
going
we
to run
back.
all the way down through
We
here
skipped a
like
lot of
this
it, but
too,
it's not that
just
big
to
of a
fill
deal.
in the gaps there. Alright, and now with our constructors in, we're going to drop down underneath of here, like so. Once we are back down here on the bottom platform, let's go into our construction menu. Let's go to the transportation tab, and let's pick the truck station again. Now, building the truck station down here is going to be a little more difficult because we need to make sure that this is just right. And what we want to do is we want to find the second foundation line here. So this one right here. See, we have the first line going up through there, and then this would be the second. In other words, the edge of the second foundation square. And we want to find about where the middle is. Now, to me, it's right around in this general area. And what we want to do is we want to bring this over so that we have the box right there that it drops down is right on that line in between the second and third foundation blocks. Now this looks pretty good to me. I'm also going to kind of put that right in the middle right there. And you want to make sure if you're seeing it red, like it won't let you place it, you're probably standing in these squares. See that white line as you push it back and forth there? If you move it and you get too close, doesn't matter where you try to place it, it's not going to let you. It's going to say that a player is in the way. So make sure you're not in the way there. And again, find the edge between the second and third. This looks good. I'm going to go ahead and place it there. Now don't worry about these rocks. These rocks are going to be here for a little bit. We can actually get rid of them later using some explosives, but there's nothing we can do about them right now at the moment, so they're fine. Now once your truck station is placed down, we want to make sure that we have enough space behind it here, and if you follow the directions just right there, we should, and this way we can do belt work behind here. So let's grab a conveyor belt, and we're going to bring it up this way, like so. And then we're going to come up here and we're going to bring down the edge between the second and third. This looks good. I'm going to go ahead and place it there. Now don't worry about these rocks. These rocks are going to be here for a little bit. We can actually get rid of them later using some explosives, but there's nothing we can do about them right now at the moment, so they're fine. Now once your truck station is placed down, we want to make sure that we have enough space behind it here, and if you follow the directions just right there, we should, and this way we can do belt work behind here. So let's grab a conveyor belt and we're going to bring it up this way like so, and then we're going to come up here and we're going to bring down a couple of conveyor lifts. So grab it right there, bring it down. what we're going to have problems with is where it's too far in right there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring up to the top up there. And then put one up here at the top like that. And then we're going to connect two more to it. So we're going to connect another conveyor lift onto that one. And then we're going to bring that one down. And we're going to push it. And that's fine right there. And bring this one down to match it. So we're hooking a conveyor lift to the other conveyor lift at the top there. And that brings it out in kind of a upside down L shape, basically right there. Alright, now that we've got that done, what we want to do is just go ahead and put a splitter right in front of these so that we have this coming this way. So, right around. That looks good. Alright. And then bring a belt down into that. And you are going to have a bit of a gap here, and it's not going to really match up right, and that's okay, because this floor isn't exactly, even though it's lined up world grid, it's not exactly the right height for this, and you know, that works. It's perfectly fine. We can take another splitter, put it in front of this one, like that, and bring these two together. Bring these two down at that, like that. Alright, so now the splitters are connected to the conveyor lifts. The next thing, all we have to do is grab our conveyor belt down here, keep bringing it up to here, and looks like right on the line, match them up, go back to, bring it around, and there we go. Alright, now we have the output from this truck station connected to our conveyors, which go up to our machines, which will be making our steel ingots. And the only thing we have to do now is just go ahead and connect this to power. So let's do that, and you should have a line, like a power line right here. If you need to move that, go ahead and do so. Just keep in mind you'll also have to reconnect it, both lines down through here. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect that for the time being. Alright, and if you're looking for something to do after the video and we get done setting up all of the steel, what you could do is go back and kind of just redo some of your power cables, things like that, just to make them look a lot nicer. If you've done spaghetti belts, then you can just fix your belts and stuff. In the next episode, I want to try to get into
Plates. I am out of plates. I'm bankrupt on plates. I'm very bankrupt on the plates. Like, I have to make them myself. Like, I'm not even joking. Come here. Come here. This box has 0 plates in it. It does have a couple plates coming out, but those aren't plates. So now we have a good couple squares. Jesus. I honestly don't need like all of this biofuel. I barely need like any of it now, I don't think. Like, the only thing I can use it for is the chainsaw and the tractor. And, well, I don't need the tractor. So, well, I'm using coal for the tractor, so. Smell that finger. Cool. Smell that finger. I'm gonna real quick make like 100 more plates, see if that's enough, and then so I'll be back when you're done. I just thought streaming. But I don't know if you took it last night or if you took it later. So stop. Yeah, I saw that, but I don't feel like picking up the Glory anymore. Who's the stop? You need to stop moving your clothes. They're wearing oh, then how do you get a shit? Look, cold. I'm not cold. No, I don't want the freaking heater to start. Also, the reason I don't want to put my if the heater start, then I have to pay a lot of money. You want to know why? Why did you close it? I didn't close it. Who closed it? I didn't close it. Well, okay, I didn't close it. Because when it I don't remember. I don't even remember going. It pauses my game. I don't even remember going to bed. But it completely pauses, so no time in the games. There's no I didn't nothing. All I know is if the apartment gets cold and the heater works, then I have to pay a lot of money. Well, my laptop's helping. 68. It's cold though. This apartment is not in 68. And mine are almost, my computer's little RAM is almost full. So I get like 2 extra gigabytes. It's a average stuff. So, oh my lord. I don't even know if my computer's overclocked anymore. But like this makes you more like overclock it and kind of not turn the Someone needs to clean up. I gotta check your sister's map. Oh. True. Oh, You wait, it's called spot on now. You didn't even put a coat on this? You're not him. Wait, whoa, you got hate on. Well, have I been recording? Oh, I think I was recording the whole time. I pressed stop recording. Huh. Fortunately, I was recording that whole time. Which is kind of
Actual like
a little
customizing
gay.
of our factory, putting up
Okay.
walls, things like that. I know some people have asked about that, and
But
we're going to get into that. We're going to make the place look a lot nicer instead of just a huge open walled space. So that will be in the next video, I think. Now we're going to go over here. We're going to click on our truck station, and we want to make sure this setting right here under vehicle settings is set to unload, because we're going to unload the truck into this station. Next, we're going to come down here to the edge, and we are going to go ahead and I'm going to copy a ramp from somewhere, or just go into our build menu and grab one. And we're going to come down here, and we're going to put these down here. I'm going to use 1 meters, and I'm just going to run these all the way down the edge here of this platform, like so. And this will give a place for our truck to actually like drive up on. Alright, once we've got our ramps placed down our platform here for our tractor to drive up, we're going to head back over to the first truck station there. Once over here at the truck station, we are going to go ahead and place down our first tractor. So let's go ahead and go into the build menu.
We got a tractor, man. Something isn't powered, and I don't know why. Come on. Annoying. You'd think it should be powered. Yeah, this is operational. This is just gonna take 5 years. Yeah.
And going to the transportation tab, you should see the tractor listed there. Go ahead and grab that. And we're going to place it right underneath of the truck station right here. Right about the middle there. Now, once you've got it kind of in the build menu, before you place it, if you're trying to figure out which is the front and which is the back, it's actually quite easy. You should be able to see the steering wheel on the right-hand side there. It's on the side where it's got the little storage container. The front of the tractor has a winch on it, as you can see there. The back of it has the storage container, and then you just kind of stand there on the side of the storage container on that little platform, and you drive it that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this down right there in the middle of the truck station. That's a good spot for it right there. All right, and then we are going to go over here. We're going to click on the truck station. We're going to grab us some coal, just a stack. We're going to go over here to the tractor. We're going to click on the workbench. And, oh, it's already got some in there. It probably grabbed it from the actual the truck station itself already. So, not a big deal. We can actually just go ahead and place the coal that we have into that there. Alright. And then we're going to go over to the side where until you see press E to drive tractor. We're going to do that. Hit E. Climb onto the tractor. Now we're going to record our first path for autopilot. Alright, now we will hit Q to bring up the record menu, and you should see a thing that says start recording, enable autopilot, and then there's a couple save things here as well. What we're going to do is we're going to hit start recording. Alright, and then once you have done that, just hit escape to get out of that menu, and then just start driving. Now we're going to go this way, and as you can see, it's leaving little arrows behind. That's to tell you the path that it's taking. And we're going to go ahead and just drive it over to our factory. Now what I want to do is I want to drive it in on this side. So I'm going to go onto the right hand side, and apparently I need to put some
Breaking news from Earth. Widespread chaos and mayhem. World President urges all citizens to do their part and harvest alien artifacts.
more ramps down right there. That's fine. And then we're going to just slowly move underneath the truck station and hit F to unload cargo from. And you should see that plop down, grab the thing, and then go ahead and take off again. And it will keep recording your path. And make sure you don't have the tractor going anywhere near the other arrows. And we're just going to go around to the other side of this other truck station. So around these rocks here will be just fine. And then drive up the ramp. And you should see a little finish line right there. Once you hit that, it will automatically record it. And there we go. Path recorded. is complete. Okay, so now we will bring up the record menu once again, hit Q, and we're going to go to save. It should be like a little floppy disk right there. If you youngsters don't know what a floppy disk is, it's a little square looking thing right here on the side. Go ahead and click that, and then we can name our path. So I'm going to name it Tractor. Yeah, that's good. Tractor Coal. That'll be the name of this path, and we're going to hit save. There we go. And now just hit Q again to bring up the record menu again, and then hit enable autopilot. And then once you climb off, there goes the tractor on its merry way. So it will take any coal from this station here, and then it's going to go down there. It's going to load it into that one, and then it's going to come back around following the path, come back here, look, get another load, and take it over there. So as long as everything is correct, we should see this working here in just a minute. It's got the little storage container. The front of the tractor has a winch on it, as you can see there, but the back of it has the storage container, and then you just kind of stand there on the side of the storage container on that little platform, and you drive it that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this down right there in the middle of the truck station. That's a good spot for it right there. Alright, and then we are going to go over here. We're going to click on the truck station. We're going to grab us some coal, just a stack. We're going to go over here to the tractor. We're going to click on the workbench. And, oh, it's already got some in there. It probably grabbed it from the actual the truck station itself already. So, not a big deal. We can actually just go ahead and place the coal that we have into that there. Alright. And then we're going to go over to the side where until you see press E to drive tractor. We're going to do that. Hit E. Climb onto the tractor. Now we're going to record our first path for autopilot. Alright, now we will hit Q to bring up the record menu, and you should see a thing that says start recording, enable autopilot, and then there's a couple save things here as well. What we're going to do is we're going to hit start recording. Alright, and then once you have done that, just hit escape to get out of that menu, and then just start driving. Now we're going to go this way, and as you can see, it's leaving little arrows behind. That's to tell you the path that it's taking. And we're going to go ahead and just drive it over to our factory. Now what I want to do is I want to drive it in on this side. So I'm going to go onto the right hand side, and apparently I need to put some more ramps down right there. That's fine. And then we're going to just slowly move underneath the truck station and hit F to unload cargo from, and you should see that plop down, grab the thing, and then go ahead and take off again, and it will keep recording your path. And make sure you don't have the tractor going anywhere near the other arrows. And we're just going to go around to the other side of this other truck station. So around these rocks here will be just fine. And then drive up the ramp, and you should see a little finish line right there. Once you hit that, it will automatically record it. And there we go. Path recorded is complete. Okay, so now we will bring up the record menu once again. Hit Q, and we're going to go to save. It should be like a little floppy disk right there. If you youngsters don't know what a floppy disk is, it's
to do their part and harvest alien artifacts.
Every time to do this.
Harvest.
It's a little square looking thing right here on the side. Go ahead and click that, and then we can name our path. So I'm going to name it Tractor. Yeah, that's good. Tractor Coal. That'll be the name of this path, and we're going to hit save. There we go. And now just hit Q again to bring up the record menu again, and then hit enable autopilot. And then once you climb off, there goes the tractor on its merry way. So it will take any coal from this station here, and then it's going to go down there. It's going to load it into that one, and then it's going to come back around following the path, come back here, look, get another load, and take it over there. So as long as everything is correct, we should see this working here in just a minute. Alright, here we go. So as you can see, it is loading the coal into the tractor. Down it goes, and then the tractor will take off and head over there. So it looks like we've gotten everything done right here. If you look in your truck station here, you will see it took a huge chunk out. So one tractor shouldn't have any problem keeping up with the needs we have over here. In fact, it eventually might get a little too full. So that's okay though. As long as it's working, it's getting fuel from over here, and you know, we're using the coal. Alright, let's head back over to the factory now. Now that I'm over here, I'm going to go ahead and put these extra ramps in here so that there's no gaps here. There we go. That should do it. Alright. And we should have the coal going up here now, and it's heading upstairs. So let's head up to the top. Alright, now that we're back up on top, I want to do one more thing here. I want to take one of these foundations, and I want to kind of go down through here about about 4 down. Yeah, that should put it right down to the edge of that machine down there. That should be good. Once you got the 4 pieces of foundation in there, we're going to grab some mergers. So let's make sure they are mergers, not splitters. There we go. And we're going to put these right in front of our constructors here, like so, on both sides. And we're going to do this all the way down for each of the machines. And we want to make sure that the output is facing that way, because we're going to be sending all of this that direction. So that looks good. And the last one there. And then we're just going to connect belts to all of these. So down like that. Down to that. Connect. Connect. And then there we go. Come over here. Into that. Connect those two. Last but not least is these ones on the end, like so. There we go. Alright, so all the things that these are going to be making are going to go into these. We're going to use one side is going to be making steel beams, the other side is going to be making steel pipes. So let's get our steel actually moving here. So we're going to go into the foundry, we're going to configure that, and we only have one option right now, which is steel ingots. So let's make sure that these are working. There we go. Alright, so now we are making steel ingots, and we need to put each side will go into the other. So let's do that here. Now for our outputs, what we want to do is we want to put some splitters down this way on the back side of our machines here. You guys should be used to this by now on how this is going to work. Yeah, that looks good right there. Let's go ahead and put that there and then maneuver around. It's actually easier to work backwards. So if you go down here to the end and put one there, and then you can just kind of back up and then put that one there. That is the easiest way to do it. So, and then we'll just connect our belts like so into each machine from the splitters into the splitters. There we go. Come down here, and I'm going to go to the foundry. I'm going to put one down right here, right in front of it, and then I'm going to turn it, and that should kind of get this just about right. And then come down here, back up 2. That looks good. Alright, and then into that. And now we have the steel ingots going into each of these machines here. And we'll do the same exact thing on the other side. We're going to start at the end, grab our splitters, and put it right there. That looks good. Come down here, and down to the last.
What a fucking.
Last one. All right, and then connect your belts. All right, now at this point, let's take a look at our foundries. So, we are producing 45 steel ingots per minute. In order to do this, we need 45 coal per minute and 45 iron ore per minute. So we need to make sure that we're keeping up with these. Right now we're at 100%, which is quite good. But let's just check and make sure that we are producing enough steel over here from our iron. All right, looking at our mines, we can see since these are on impure nodes right here of iron, we are only producing right now 30 per minute. So what we want to do is we want to take a power shard. We want to put it in here. There we go. Now we're making 45 per minute. That's perfect because it's going to keep up with each of these foundries over here. And we're going to do the same exact thing with the other miner. There we go. Now we're producing 45 in each one. All right, so we know we are making 45 steel ingots per minute. Now let's take a look at our constructors here. We got to get these guys going. On this side, let's go ahead and make steel beams on this side. All right, so looking at our recipe here, we are going to be making 15 steel beams per minute, but we are going to need 60 steel ingots per minute in order to make that. Well, 60 divided by 3, yeah, we're not making enough. So we want to divide this up so that each of these is producing just the right amount. Now what I am thinking is let's do 5 a minute in each of these. So if we go down here and we change this to produce 5 per minute. So in order to make sure that this clock speed is going to work and we can actually see the results of how many ingots it's going to take, we are going to need to run some power to this and do some testing. So let's go ahead and put some walls up here. Let's go into our build menu. Let's go to walls, grab some basic walls, and let's run these down through here like that. We will do 2 layers of these down through here. And then we're going to connect power from each of these like so. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a power cable, start from the actual machine here, and then I'm just going to run it to the wall right in front of it to make sure it's lined up. Alright, and I'm going to do this with each of these. Alright, and then we'll get the last one right there, and then we'll connect each of these to each other here, like so. Once we have all these cables hooked up right in here, we want to come down here to this side. And we want to take a look at this power pole that we have right here on the edge. So this is a Mark I power pole. The issue here is that it can only handle 4 connections. I happen to have, if we go into our build menu and go into power, I have a Mark II power.
Oh, but I'm not too powerful. Looks like I gotta go unlock it. What do we need for the Mark II power pole? Oh. Okay. That's the way you can make. Oh, this replaces it with okay.
Pole, which will let us connect 7 power line connections. So what I'm going to do is replace this connection with one of those Mark IIs. And the way you get the Mark II power pole is in the Caterium research in the MAM. So if you follow down through there, then you should probably already have level 2 by now. So let's go ahead and grab the Mark II power pole and we hold it over top of it and we should be able to just upgrade that like that. There we go. Now we can actually place a power connector from there down to that and connect into it. But instead, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to connect it to the wall right in front of it like that and then connect it into that. And the reason I'm doing that is just for looks. I just didn't want the cable to go through the wall at any point. Alright, and now we can see that our machines down through here are working. Well, at least one of them is. I haven't set up the other two yet. Alright, messing around with some different ratios and other things, I have found that the correct ratio for this is going to be 3.75 per minute, or our clock speed of 25%. So with a 25% clock speed, we are using 15 steel ingots per minute to make 3.75 steel beams per minute. And if you multiply 15 by 3, which is the number of machines that we have, you will get 45, which is the exact amount of steel ingots we are producing in our foundry. So that is 100% efficiency on these. Is it as good as we could get? No, but until we find some more power shards or until we upgrade to Mark II miners, this is about the best we can get right now at the moment. And as you can see, I went ahead and set up the other two there with the exact same settings that we have for the first one there. Now let's head over to the other side. Now this side, we are going to be making steel pipes. Now, steel pipes need 30 per minute. So if we set this to 50%, I think, let's see, I think that should actually do it at half speed. Once again, we're going to put some walls up down through here so we can run our power connectors. And just do the same thing we did on the other side. Connect them to the walls like so. Connect them to each other like that. Upgrade our power pole to a Mark II. And run the cable down here to the edge and connect them together like that. There we go. Alright, now let's check and see if a 50% clock speed is what we need. Yes, perfect. 50% on these. We're making 10 steel pipes per minute and only using 15 steel ingots to make those 10 pipes. And we just set the other two up the same way. Now, another awesome thing about setting these up like this way is we got a lot more machines working. So yes, it took a few more resources to build the extra machines that only maybe like one machine could probably do, but it fills in the space, and these we can upgrade later so we can produce a lot more. The other thing is that even though we are producing less by underclocking this, 3 machines actually use less power than what one machine at full load does. A machine at full load is using 4 megawatts of power. So if we downclock that to 50%, it's only using 1.3. And 1.3 times 3 is 3.9. So, alright, at 50% it's using close to the same amount that one would. However, if we go over here and look at these, which are downclocked to the 25%, they're only using 0.4. So we're using like 1 megawatt less on this side and about 0.1 megawatts less on the other side. But anyway, now we're producing all of our steel over here. We've got pipes, we've got beams, and now they are coming out of the machines, our constructors, and they're going nowhere. Now we have to get these into our crates, our storage up there. Let's go ahead and do that. So there's a few different ways we can get our materials, our beams, and our pipes up into the storage bins up there. One option is running the lines down this way and then going over top of here and then just raising, like, when we could go over here to, like, I don't know, the third one or fourth one over here. Actually, one of these two here. We could just remove these two, make them a little higher, and then run a line into that way. That's one option. We could totally do that. We could run the lines over top of these, down the other side and down, and then put a merger onto the line coming up into these. That's an option. We're going to use something kind of like that for my thoughts. And this, I feel like this is going to be probably the easiest way with the less work. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a...
Ugh. So to get the studs back up, I'll be
sending
okay.
the extra material into the
Very nice.
storage
Look at
bins that we're
this.
making. And I feel like I fixed a few of the issues with the last video. So
Nico, what are you doing?
by the time I get done editing this, it won't be too long. And you guys were able to follow along with this one. And this was a better episode than the last one.
I think tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but the next video, we're probably going to be doing something with hard drives. I mean, that's the thumbnail. But you can see we got pipes going, and we also got steel beams going. So I'm going to throw some on my pack away and fully refit my inventory. Again, I'm going to throw everything in here. Except for, like, some things, like my concrete. But just clean out my inventory. Because there's a bunch of junk. I mean, there's a bunch of resources in it, but I'm like keeping some of them because, well, I gotta go through my whole inventory, so that's everything I'm gonna keep in our inventory. And of course, we're gonna need a coffee cup. So it's gonna peel. I'll go through everything. So we need 3 stacks of screws, 3 stacks of wire. Now 3 stacks of wire and stuff, that's gonna be going straight. Well, I don't know, because I might try to retrofit it so I get some actual reinforced plates. So right now I'm not getting any reinforced plates at all right now, so we got 3 stacks of wodos. I'm gonna go get some quick wires. Should be now that's smart plating. We definitely have 500 smart plating. Oh, the quick wire's down there.
What are you doing,
I
Ben?
don't know. I don't know. We'll take. Oh, like what? We went into these a complete stack before I got them, but come down here and get a put away this quick wire and get a new stack of it. Now, I don't actually think we need 3 stacks of wire. Nor do we really need 3 stacks of cable. But everything else, I think we do need like 3 stacks of. Other than that, I'm actually gonna go look for some concrete real quick because I want to have at least 1,000 concrete, 2 stacks, and I have a stack of some, so there we go. And that leaves some room for a stack of steel pipes and beams. So, pretty sure steel. I think I'll probably have 2 stacks of steel beams on me because I believe the beams are stacks of. Oh, stacks of 200. I thought they were stacks of 100. Anywho, that's gonna end today's video. Did I ever? We just. I know. I don't think I ever. Just So if we go to my center, I'm dead doing this on the side. Boom. So we got everything added to my playlist. Is it this one? No, my last video was like this video. Yeah. X Okay, export 1080p. I'm like, this export is episode 10. That's episode 10. And that's gonna end this video here. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.